Hello?
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes,
Okay,
you hear
right.
me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you clearly. Yes, right. So let's start off. We were
Right.
we were on the advanced variances. Mainly two advanced variances are there: the mixed and the yield variance. Mixed variance
Okay.
and the yield variance. So we are going to look at those two. We yesterday we started something and we want to look at. So as I said, sometimes to produce a particular product, you need more than one raw material, right? You need more than one raw
Yes.
material. You need to mix up raw material. So when you mix up raw material, you have to mix up in a particular proportion. So maybe the proportion is for product A, raw material A 3 units and raw material B 2 units. So 3:2 is the proportion. But in the actual mix, the production manager might decide instead of putting 3:2 because always it has to be 5 the total, but he can put 4:1. He can put 5:0. He can put
Yes.
2:3, whatever. He can change the mix. Still, he can put the same input, but in different proportions. So when that when that happens, there can be impact on your cost because one particular raw material may be cheaper than the other raw material. So that can have an impact on your ultimate cost because you are changing the mix. Maybe you have mixed up with more cheaper raw material. So if you mix up with more cheaper raw material, your actual cost will be much more cheaper than the standard cost. On the other hand, if you mix up with more expensive raw material, so actual cost can be more higher than the standard. So it can happen either way. Whatever the way that it happens, because of the mix, there can be a variance arising. And of course, arising from that variance, it may have an impact upon your output. Output is what we call the yield.
Yes.
The yield that can have an impact because if you put a low quality material maybe at a cheaper price, more of low quality material at a cheaper price, you may get an output which is not of the same quality, and therefore there may be a lot of wastage, and therefore you may have to spend unnecessary. So there is a kind of the thing which can come up that we call a yield variance. So
Yes.
basically, it can affect the quality of the output. If you, for example, the labor you can have cheap labor, you can have expensive labor. You can mix up. You can mix up. But if you put more of the cheap labor, quality of the product may be somewhat bad because the cheap things no good. So because of the quality of the product may be somewhat bad. So that can have an impact upon your ultimate production or ultimate output. So because of that, you need to do the kind of a variance analysis, what we call the usage variance. Remember, in the material we have a usage variance. That usage variance we can split into two. One what we call the mix variance, and the other one we call the yield variance, usage variance. Similarly, the efficiency variance of the labor, we can split it into labor mix variance and labor yield variance. So you can see it is only the usage or the efficiency variance. We will do a further analysis with the mix and yield. We will not do anything for the rate variance or the price variance. So the price variance we have already done, that's no change. But the usage variance can be further split into mix and yield variance. And also the labor also we can do the same way, efficiency and yield variance. So this arises when you mix material. There's a predetermined mix rate 3:2, but when you go and change the mix, it can have a variance. So there's a difference between the yield variance happens for the particular input. For the particular input of 50 kilograms, you expected 45 kilograms of output. But maybe you will find after putting 50 kilograms, you have got only 40 kilograms output. So there's a drop in the yield. There's a drop in the yield of 5 kilograms. That may be a problem, and you may want to know why that we did not produce 45, whereas we produce only 50. So that can, whereas we produce only 40. So that is an adverse variance. So mixed variance can be there for materials and labor, because material also you can mix up with many different kinds of material. Labor also you can mix up basically with skilled labor and unskilled labor, or maybe cheap quality labor and expensive labor. So when you mix up, the mixture variance can be larger than expected proportion, and there will be an adverse variance. So once you mix up, you find the mixed cost is much more than the standard cost, and that will be an adverse variance. And on the other hand, after mixing, if you have a cost less than the standard cost, then that will be a favorable variance. So that's what the mixed variance is all about. Similar yield variance is also similar to that one. It's basically you calculate, you put different raw materials, but you calculate one single output, right? Once you mix up the eggs and the sugar and the flour and the butter, what you get is 1K. So you don't look at the ultimate component of eggs and the butter and everything. You try to look at, okay, what is the ultimately how did I get it? What did I get it? So that is what we should be looking at. Yeah. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Right. So that's basically what you should be looking. So when the mix variance is calculated, we have to see that the mix can be controlled. Remember, we were discussing the variance interpretation. If the variances are uncontrollable, then that analysis is useless and you should not be looking at. So you should be looking all the time for the variances which can be controlled. So that's what we should be looking. So it is assumed that the production manager can control the mix. He can put 3 and 2, he can put 4 and 1, or whatever the proportion that's. So it is definitely under his control, so he can decide it. In that case, we can ask him, hey, Sam, why did you put 3 and 2, not 4 and 1, or not 1 and 4, something like that. But if it is not within his control, then you can't ask that question from him. Maybe labor. You can ask why you employed too much of unskilled labor. So if we had the control, then we can ask that question. But if we did not have a control, because you gave only unskilled labor, the HR department only gave him unskilled labor, then don't ask the question from him, because that's not going to help us. Right.
Okay.
So we should look at the material assessed and combined for all 3 combined, or for all the materials, and not for each item separately. So we are looking the variance always as a complete one, not as a separate one. And similarly, the labor also, we should be looking for the whole team, but not each labor grade separately. Because each labor grade separately, we are not going to have. So let's look at a kind of a little calculation we looked at the other day. But again, let's look at some kind of a calculation. Let's assume that we want to put 3 kilograms of raw material of A and B the 2 kilograms of raw material, and maybe C we want to put 1 kilogram of raw material. So we are going to put 6 kilograms of raw material, and the standard cost of this is $4, this is $3, and this is $1 or $2. So standard is 4 into 3 12, 3 into 2 6 18, and 2 into 1 is standard is 20. So this is what they have told us. And so when you put 6 kilograms, maybe that we expect 1 unit of production. So when you put 6 kilograms, you get a 1 unit of yield. Let's assume for the period that the particular period that we were working, we have put up on A we have put 4,000 kilograms, and B we have put 2,000 kilograms, and C, let's assume that we have put 1,000 kilograms. Let's assume we have put 4,000, 1,000, and let's assume we have put 1,000 kilograms. So 4,000, 1,000 and 1,000, 6,000 kilograms. This is the actuals for a particular period. Right? So we want to see the mix variance arising from this one. So what is the mix variance arising? Because what we have to do is we have to look at the input that way. Input is 6,000. 4,000, 1,000 and 1,000. That is the input that way. So we want to arrange that input. First thing what we do is we look at the input. So total input is 6,000. We know when we put total input of 6,000, the ratio should have been, if it is 6, it should be 3:2:1. When we use 6 kilograms, the input should be A 3 kilograms, B 2 kilograms, C 1 kilogram. So we want to see, okay, if we use 6,000, what should be my standard mix? So I look at the total input 6,000 and I look at that from my angle, what should be the standard mix? So if you put 6, you need 3 of A. If you put 6,000, how much of A you will require? If you put 6, you need 3 kilograms of A. If you are putting 6,000, how many kilograms of A you will require? Yes?
Yes.
How many kilograms you will require? For every 6 kilograms of total input, you need 6 kilograms of A. That means 50% should be A. 3:2:1 is the ratio. So if you are putting 6,000, how much of A should be there in that mix?
I don't got it very well.
Pardon?
I miss
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah. You're mixing 3 kilograms of A, raw material, 2 kilograms of B, and 1 kilogram of C, and you have a mix of 6 kilograms. So in the 6, you have 3 of A, 2 of B, and 1 of C. That's a mix. That's how you mix up the product. So we see we have mixed up in a different ratio, but altogether we have used 6,000 kilograms actuals. A of 4,000, B of 1,000, C of 1,000.
Yes.
What I'm asking is, if you mix up, if that's 6,000, if you mix up according to the standards, 3:2:1, how much of A should be there in that standard? Very simple. If you have 6, 3, 6,000. If the total input is 6, we need 3 kilograms of A. If the total input is 6,000, how many kilograms you require? A. Look at like this. 6 kilograms of input, 6 kilograms of input, 3 kilograms of A. 6,000 kilograms of input, that is your actual. How many A you need? Now can you tell me how much? Now how much? 6 kilograms of total input, 3 kilograms are A. If it is 6,000 is the total input, how much kilograms of A? Yes?
Can we start it again for this one? Because, yeah, not that. I didn't
Pardon?
got it too much.
Pardon?
Can we start? Yes, can we have it again? Like, because I got confused for it.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yesterday
that
was okay.
there's a standard mix, right? To prepare a cake,
Yes.
you need 3 kilograms of A, 2 kilograms of B, and 1 kilogram of C. So, when you mix up 3 plus 2 plus 1, right, you mix up 3 of A, 2 kilograms of B, and 1 kilogram of 1 C. So, you mix up 6 kilograms. When you mix up 6 kilograms, in that 6, there is 3 kilograms of A. Correct? Agreed?
Yes. Yes.
So,
And,
so now,
and B2 and one.
yeah, B2
Yes.
and C1. So now I'm asking, okay, if that is if 6 kilograms are mixed up. Okay, let's look at if you mix up 60 kilograms, how much should be A? For every 6, you must have 3 of A. If you mix up 60, if you put 60 kilograms, how much of A? How much?
180.
How much? How much?
180.
No, the total
For
mix.
A,
Yeah, for A, how much?
180.
180. How did you get
Yes.
180? How did you get 180? Look at
I calculate.
look at the first formula. Look at the first formula. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 60. 3 plus
Yes.
2 plus 1 is 6. So look at the
Yes.
second formula what I have done in the right side. I have multiplied by 10.
Multiplied by 2.
Huh?
Multiplied by 2, right?
No, not multiplied by 2, multiplied by 10. 6 into 6 to go to 60, it's 2. 6 has gone up to 60.
Yes.
So multiplied by what? Yeah?
3,600.
Hmm.
Right? Right?
No. We are mixing. We are mixing A, B, C. The mix is 3 kilograms, 2 kilograms, 1 kilogram, C.
One.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm asking that is for every 6 kilograms we have 3 kilograms of A. I'm asking if you put 12, okay, put 12 simple.
Okay.
If you are putting 12 kilograms of entire, how much should be A? How much should be A?
36.
36. How? Okay, I put 36. Okay, put the other figure. How much the other figure?
24.
Yeah, put the other figure.
24.
Put the other figure.
12.
So what is the total? Is it 12?
Not total 12. It's total
So-
this time.
So I want the total to be 12 because the total should be 12. You can't have 36 and 24 and 12.
Total 72.
You can't have 72. Just,
Calculate. Yeah.
just think simply.
I calculate.
Don't calculate. Just think very simply. Just think very simply. You are putting up on a basket 3 kilograms of A,
Okay.
2 kilograms of B, and 1
And
kilogram
1
of
kilogram for
C.
C.
If you are going to put up,
Yes.
so that is there altogether 6 kilograms. If you are going to put up
Yes.
in a basket 12 kilograms altogether, how much A you should put?
Yes. How much should be like?
Look at couple of fruits: oranges, apple, and mangoes. You are
Yes.
putting on one basket, 3 oranges, 2 apples, 3 oranges, 2 apples, and 1 mango.
Yes.
So if you are going to put 12 all together in number, how many oranges we will put?
3, 1, 1, 1,
Huh?
3, 4.
If you are putting 6, you will put 3 oranges. If you are putting 12, how many oranges you will put?
All right. Okay.
How much? If you are putting 3 oranges for 6, for 12, how much you will put oranges?
4 or 5. Okay.
5. Okay. So let's yeah. So if you put 5, is it then how many? How many apples?
5 plus 4 plus 3.
5, 4, 3. Why 5?
3.
Why 4?
Yes.
Why 5?
Yes.
Why 5?
Yes. Yes.
What is the reason for 5? 3 apples, 2 oranges, and 1 mango in one bucket. So,
6.
yeah, 6. That's all right.
It's 12.
Yeah, so if you want 12, how many mangoes, how many apples will you put? Same ratio. Same ratio.
2 mango.
2 mangoes, okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
And
How many oranges? Now this is one basket. So if you want 2 baskets, how did you get 2 mangoes? You multiplied by 2, isn't it?
yes. Yes.
So similarly multiplied by apples also by 2.
Yes. And then 8.
Huh?
8.
How much?
8. Apple 8.
After apples, how many?
8. 8, 2, 2.
Why 8? If you are multiplying everything by 2, 3 times 2 is 8.
Yes.
3 times 2, 8. Take the calculator.
4. A 4.
Huh?
Okay.
Huh?
And 6.
Yeah, that's correct. So what did you do? You multiplied because for one parcel it is
Yes.
3, 2, 1. If you want 2 parcels, you will multiply by 2. If you want 3 parcels,
Yes.
what is the position? Now look it out. For 3 parcels,
Yes. Yes.
so multiply. Tell me, for 3 parcels, what is the figure? Huh?
Would be 3. Sorry, 4.
How much?
4.
What 4?
4. Yes.
What is 4? What is 4?
But it was 3 by
What did
12.
you what do you do here?
12 into 12 into.
Hmm? Not 12. Don't forget about the 12. What did you do here?
Okay.
From 6 to 12, you multiplied by 2 and got it. Everything you multiplied by 2. So if it is 3,
3
multiply.
by 2.
Yeah,
6.
3 by
2
not
by 2. 4. 2 by 1. 2.
yeah, so that is for 12. But now I am asking if it is 3
Yes.
3 parcels. 3 passes. Not 2 passes, 3 passes.
3 by 3, 2 by 3,
3 by
and
3,
1 by
9.
3,
3 by 3,
9,
9. 2 by 3, 6. And 1 by
6,
3, 18.
3.
Correct.
Yes.
Now I want you to think
Yes.
about 100.
Okay. 3 by
100?
3 by 100. Yes.
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 2 by 100
300. Yes.
and 1 by
200.
1 by 100.
100. Yes.
So what did you do?
400.
From 6 to 600, from 6 to 600, there is a 100 times increase. So because of that, you increase every item by 100. Isn't it?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
what. So this is what I'm going to now explain it. Right. So what I said was earlier in the scenario, we have a situation, 3 raw materials, not oranges, apples, and fruit, right? But maybe 3 raw materials, maybe yes, maybe oranges, apples, and fruit salad, something mangoes for fruit salad. So they have 3 kilograms, 2 kilograms, and 1 kilogram, 6. But the actuals
Yes.
what they have done, actuals they found A 4,000, B 1,000, C 1,000,
6,000.
6,000. So from 6 to 6,000 by how many that got multiplied? So you have to divide 6,000 by 6.
Yes.
That is 1,000, correct?
Yes.
Right. So now tell me, if that was the mix, you want every time whenever there is a 6 input, 3, 2, 1. So if that is the mix, now tell me if they put 6,000, what should be the mix of standard mix? Now tell me. A, what is the standard mix should be?
3 by 600.
What is 600 again? Where did the 600 came again?
The standard.
Hmm? What did
We
you,
multiply 3.
yeah?
We
What
will
did,
multiply A 3 by 600.
where is 600? Where are the 600? Where you don't have a 600
Sorry,
anywhere.
6,000.
6,000, 6,000. Earlier, you remember the apples oranges story when it was 3
Yes.
to 1, when it went up to 600, right? You multiplied by 100. That is 600 divided by 6. So here, 6,000 divided by 6.
Yes.
So,
3 by 6. We'll calculate it for each by 6,000 or
yeah.
3 by 6,000.
3 by
3.
6, 3 by 6,000. No. Again, go back to the orange apple story. Apple tree, oranges 2, mango 1, 6. And if you wanted
Yes.
12, what did you do? You multiplied by, not by 12, you multiplied by what figure? You multiplied by 2. That is 12 divided by 6.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right?
And then yes. Now will be multiply 600 by 2 or by 3 first and by 2 by 1, right?
Pardon?
600 multiplied by 3 for A and 2 will be
600.
right.
No. What is 600? Where did you get 600? I don't have a 600 here anywhere. My figure is 6,000.
6,000. Sorry, I mean 6,000.
Yeah. 6,000.
Okay.
So now did you multiply by 12 here? No. You multiplied not by 12. 12 divided by 6. You multiplied by 2.
Yes. 12.
So
Yes.
here what is the multiplication factor? 12 divided by 2.
12 by yes. 12 divided by 2
So
will be
here,
6.
here in the top one, what is your multiplication factor?
3, 2, 1. Like right.
No, I want you to compare this one with this one, right? So here also I compare this one and this one. I divided 12 by 6, got the figure and multiplied by 2 and got 6, 4 and 2, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
can you do the same thing for the top one?
Yes.
Yeah, how much?
But 6,000 for 2,000 for 3 would be 2,000.
Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah.
For 3 would be 2,000.
Hmm?
For A will be 6. Okay.
Yeah.
For A would be 6,000, and for B would be 3,000.
Hmm? So calculate and see whether it will come into 6,000 total. Ultimately, the total should be 6,000. Can't it be more than 6,000? No.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why we can't understand this one because it's a very simple thing which I'm trying to explain. If you are if you are having in a bucket 3 of A, B of 2 of V and C of 1, 6. So if you are going
B6,
to have,
yes.
if you are going to have in a 2 buckets, it will be 6, 4 and 2, 12.
Yes.
If you are going to have 30 in a bucket, altogether 30, how much should be there? How much A should be there? So, let me put it in a different way and see whether I can teach you, because if I can't teach you, I can't proceed from here. So, total 6 A 3 kilograms. For a total 30, 3 divided by 6 into 30. I don't know whether you can understand that one now.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So how much A? How much A? How much A? For total 6, 3 kilograms of A. For a total of
90.
30, how much?
A 90. 90.
Divide by 6. You are not dividing. I don't know why you are not dividing.
Yes. Yes. Just a moment.
Hmm?
150, sorry. A 150.
You can't know, Sami, if it is total is 30, how can you have 150? The total should be 30, no? So you can't have 1A 150. The entire total should be 30.
15, sorry, 15.
15.
A will be 15, yes.
Then B, can you tell me? Same way. Can you tell me?
10.
How much?
10. 10.
10. Okay. Right. So, then C, can you tell me?
Would be 5.
5. Okay. Now look at not 30, 600. 600.
600. Okay.
Yeah.
Would be 300.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And 200.
Okay. Yes.
100.
Right. So now, remember that one. What you did? What did you do? You took. You said A, B, C. The ratios are 3:2:1, and then you said if it is going to be 600, what you did was A for out of 6 kilograms, A is 3. For 600, what you did was 3 divided by 6 into 600, and you told me it is 300. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Right. So now I'm asking not for 6,600. Now I'm saying that I'm going back to my only example where the actual mix was A 4,000, B 1,000, C 1,000. So altogether 6,000. So I'm asking you if this 6,000 mix, how much A should be there? Not what is there, but how much A should be there. Apply the same formula what you applied here. Standard mix.
Okay.
Standard mix.
Just a second.
How much?
Just a second.
Yeah, how much? How much? A, how much?
Just one. Yes, just a moment.
Yes?
It would be 2,000.
How much? How much?
2,000.
That is C, A, B or C? What is 2,000?
A.
A is 2,000. How did you get?
Yes.
How did you get 2,000? Can you tell me? Can you tell me how you got 2,000?
2,000. We multiply 3 by 4,000.
Where is no? Don't take the 4,000. No. Forget about the 4,000. We are only looking at the 6,000 figure. We are looking at the 6,000 figure. Don't think about the A4,000. That is the actual. I want to look at the standard mix. If you were mixing 6,000, how much A should be there in that one? If you mixing 6, we want 3 of A. So if you are mixing 6,000, how much A should be there?
3,000.
That's correct. Yeah, now tell me. Yes. Then B?
2,000 and 1,000.
2,000 and 1,000.
Yes.
So this is what I was trying to explain for last 1.5 hours. Right? So 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 is the standard mix. Right?
Yes.
We should have mixed up at the rate of 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000. But we know we mixed up not 3,000 and 2,000, 1,000. We mixed up in a different mix-up. The mix-up that we have is not 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. We have our mix-up at 4,000. This is our actual mix. So this is what I told you. Don't confuse it. This is our stand. This should have been the way I should have mixed up. But I have mixed up 4,000 of A, 1,000 of B, and 1,000 of C.
Yes.
This is my actual mix. This is my actual mix. So we should have had 3,000 in our mix, but we have 4,000. Good or bad? Good or bad? We should have had only 3,000 in the mix, but we have 4,000 in the mix. Good or bad?
This good here.
Good.
Yes.
Your boss told you to put 3,000 of A in the mix, 3,000 X. You have gone and put 4,000 X. Good or bad?
It's bad here.
Bad. It's bad.
Yes.
Bad by how many units?
Yes, more than.
Bad. 1,000
Yes.
units bad.
1,000.
1,000
is over.
1,000 over. 1,000 adverse. 1,000 bad.
Adverse.
Hmm.
Yes.
What about the B? What about the B?
Yes, B is good.
B is good. That is again 1,000. 1,000
Adverse.
1,000 favorable.
Yes.
What about
Favorable,
the
yes.
What about the C?
Here, equal here.
Equal. So no variance.
Yes, no variance.
No variance. So 1,000 adverse, 1,000 favorable. Total variance is 0.
0, yes.
Plus 1,000 minus 1,000. The total variance is 0. So let's assume the standard cost of A is $2. $2. So the variance is 2,000 adverse. Let's assume the standard cost of B is $1. So the favorable variance is 1,000. So overall variance is minus 2,000 plus 1,000, 1,000 adverse variance. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Is it clear? What I did was I took the variances and then multiplied by the standard rate and then totaled up. Total aggregated the two variances. And then I found, so because of that, what you can tell is, because of a mix got changed, when we were putting 6,000, we should have put 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000. But instead of that, we put 4,000 and 1,000 and 1,000. And therefore, we have a mixed variance of 1,000 adverse. Mixed variance of 1,000 adverse. This is what I was trying to explain. Now I'm going to do another example with you. Same thing. Same thing. Let's assume that we have three materials. X, Y, Z, three materials. The ratio, the standard ratio is 4, 3 and 2. 4, 3 and 2 is the standard material. Is the standard material. But we have used actually X, we have used 5,000. Y, we have used 2,500. And Z, we have used 1,500. So again, 9,000. So now I want you to do the same thing what you did earlier for me. Don't look at the 5,000 and the 2,500 and the 1,500. Tell me, if you mix 9, you will have 4 of X. Right? This is the standard mix. If you put 9, 4 will be X. Now when you mix 9,000, what should be the X? How many X should be there?
Again, sorry.
Yeah. Like what you did earlier. For 9, 4X. For 9,000, how many X? How many X?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Will be 4,000.
How much?
4,000.
4,000, yes, okay. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why?
Why? 4,000. Just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
3,000.
Okay. He said
And 2,000.
2,000. So this is your standard mix, 9,000. But what is your actual mix? Actual mix is 5,000X, 2,500Y, and 1,500Z.
2005. Yes.
So now I want to see the variance. So first variance X, good or bad?
Adverse.
Hmm?
For X, it's adverse.
Adverse 1,000.
Yes. And
Y?
Y,
Yeah.
favorable.
How much? Favorable how much?
Favor 500.
500 favorable. Good. He said
And Z. And Z is 500 favorable.
500 favorable. 500 favorable. So again you can see if you really add the variances, it will come to 0. If you add the variances, if you add the variances, minus 1,000 plus 500 plus 500, the total quantity variance is 0. Correct?
Yes.
Now you multiply by standard rate. Standard rate. So let's assume the standard rate for X is 2. So 2 into 2,000, 2,000 adverse.
Yes.
Let's assume Y the standard rate is 1. 1 into 500, 500 favorable. Let's assume the standard rate for Z is 3. 3 into 500, 1,500 favorable.
Yes.
So we can see there's a minus 2,000 plus 500 and a plus 1,500. So the mixed variance is 0.
0.
So even though we have changed the mix, it has no impact on our cost.
Yes.
So that is what the mixed variance is. Now I'm going to do another example with you. Another example with you. So let's assume there are three products, P, Q and R. The standard mix is 3, 2 and 1. And let's assume the actual mix P, let's assume it is 4,000. Q, let's assume it is 3,000. And R, let's assume it is 2,000. Right? Now again, I want you to do the same thing what you did earlier. This is total is 9,000. So now tell me, in this case, if you were mixing 6, you will put 3 of P. But if you are mixing 9,000, how much of P should be there?
Just a second.
Yeah. How much of P should be there?
4,500.
Ah, very good. 4,000. Yes.
500.
How much?
500. 4,500 for the
Okay.
P.
Yes. Q.
3,000.
Very good. Yes. R.
1,500.
Very good. Now that is the standard mix. So what is the actual mix? Actual mix is 4,000, 3,000 and 2,000.
2,000.
Now can you tell me whether it's a good variance or a bad variance for each of the items?
adverse.
4,500 was the standard. We are used 4,000. Good or bad?
Favorable.
Favorable 500.
Favorable.
Yeah.
Yes. 500.
Favorable 500. Good.
Yes.
Then Q.
And Q, it's equal. There is no favorable.
No, that's right. R.
And adverse.
How much?
Adverse, 500.
That's correct.
500 adverse.
That's correct. So can you again see the mixed variance in quantity will be always 0. In all the examples that we worked out, it is 0. Now we have to multiply by the standard rate. So maybe let's say 3. So lay 3 into 500, 1,500. And maybe this is at 1. 1 into 500, 500 adverse. So 1,500 favorable, 500 adverse, you will have 1,000 favorable.
1,000 favorable.
Well, mixed variance. So now is it getting clear, isn't it?
Yes, clear.
Yeah. So now I want to work out another example with you. Let's assume the 3 materials, not 3 materials. Now we are going to have 4 materials: A, B, C, D. The standard ratio that we are mixing up is 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? That's the standard. And the actually they are mixed up: A 7,000, B 3,000, C 4,000, and D 2,000. So now again I want that same working done.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah. So I want to see the standard mix.
4,800 A.
How much?
4,800
10
for A.
4,800 for A, okay.
4,800 also at B.
Okay.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Yes. And E. 3,200. 3,200.
Okay.
And 1,600 for D.
1,600. Yeah.
1,600.
Yeah. Now C and D I'm okay. Even B is all right. Again, calculate your A and tell me. A.
A.
Yes.
Yes. 4,800.
How did you get A 4,800?
Just a second.
Yeah. B, C, and D I'm all right with you.
Uh, 6,400.
Right, that's correct. Yes. 6,400. So 6,400. So now we see total coming to 16,000. So now we want to see the actual mix. This is your standard mix. So the actual mix is 7,000, 3,000, 4,000, and 2,000.
Okay.
So now we want to see, as far as A is concerned, good or bad?
Is adverse.
A is adverse.
Remaining.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So,
Yeah.
And
B
favorable.
B favorable. 1,800 favorable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
C
4,000, yes. Adverse,
Adverse 800.
yes.
D.
And it's favorable 400.
1600 is the standard. Actual is 200. Favorable, no.
Yes.
Not favorable, no.
Okay. So this like remaining 4 minutes for me, and the system will log me out
All right.
automatically.
Okay. Yeah. So we want to do this one. Can tell me when is the next time that you can do?
Evening time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Evening time.
Yeah.
5:30 and onwards.
5:30. So we can we do it on
5:30
Wednesday?
Wednesday. All right. No problem.
Wednesday 5:30?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday, any day before. No issue.
Yeah. Shall we do it Monday 5:30? Monday.
Okay. Monday is okay.
Yeah, Monday 5:30 we will meet again. I want to do this one better, but I want you to read some of the notes and everything. And Monday we will meet at 5:30 again.
Okay. I'm waiting for the record.
Yes. I will send you all the records today. Yes.
All right.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Bye.